Hello, hello, hello. So I just got my NBA championship. Now I am gonna start my first game in the second season. See how much money I get for it. Huh.
This is Zion. Shout out to 2K for 300 episodes.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and welcome to the 300th episode of NBA 2K That's right, 2K launched in 2K15, and since then, we've given you 300 episodes of everything NBA 2K. We're here because you are, so first, thank you. And to celebrate, we have a very special episode, including 2K Interactive, brought to you by Nike. And in honor of our...
Welcome to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. The downtown skyline shining brilliantly tonight. And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Tobias Harris.
David, that's one of my most favorite stories you've ever told from our sideline. Thank you for that. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. And the big three out on the perimeter. Irving the 1, Harden at the 2, and Durant the 3. Beast out there with Ayton. And for the 76ers. Down on the block, it's Harris and Embiid. Then it's Simmons. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's Logan in at the 2-guard spot. And MP, the reigning MVP of the league. Wow. An incredible year, great for him, and very well deserved.
Well, you couldn't ignore the production MP had. The numbers don't lie, and it all added up to the highest individual honor the NBA has.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
What a play!
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Now here's Simmons. Harris outside. To the inside. There's Embiid. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone more confident than Embiid.
He's got plenty of confidence, and he's a funny guy, too. Extremely entertaining. He said, the mindset I get when I'm on the floor is that I'm the best player in the gym. And much of the time, he ain't wrong. You know, Harden's done a nice job really increasing his playmaking over the last few years and excels at finding teammates.
Simmons passes to Logan. Back to Simmons. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The assist. Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
Outstanding awareness and a terrific finish.
Here's Logan, guarded by Harden. Embiid against Ayton. And they double up Embiid. He can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Ayton. To the paint. Second chance shot. Irving for 3. And another shot. And Ayton with the layup.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep...
Just direkt achter hoor. Telefoon. Niet vinden.
Possessions allowed.
Passes it to Logan. The three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's the beast. Oh!
56.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
Here's Simmons. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. And they're starting off the season playing Philadelphia here.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, I like what you said there. I mean, both teams are in the upper echelon of the conference, but they really dominated that matchup. We'll see if that continues to be the case tonight.
Ingles kicks to Simmons. Back to Ingles. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And they double up Embiid. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Nets with possession here. Brooklyn leading by 5. Here's Harden, rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Ayton. And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget that night.
5 to shoot. Here's the Beast, and finally they hit one. The Beast's got 12.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Simmons with it. Kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. He's got 5.
You know, Embiid's a big guy with legitimate three-point range.
Oh, my
Goodness!
Assisted by James Harden.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out. That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Marcus Aldridge is checked in for 8. And Joe Harris is subbed in for James Harden.
Stinker.
Here's Max. And here is Simmons. 6 to shoot. With the drive. That one no good. Aldridge with some nice D. Durant just inside the line. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons taking off, launching himself right through the defense and rendering that D helpless.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Matisse Thybulle checked in for Simmons. And then for Brooklyn, Jenkins comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. Maxey got a piece of it. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
Still Sixers ball.
La 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 la.
On defense, the Nets, 10-point lead. Deep 2 from Thybulle.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, and I think they're doing a nice job.
And now running up the court, Ingles pushing it up. Got a hand on it.
2 minutes remaining in the
Now here's Mills. Defense right on him. The beast. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Jenkins. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Nets lead by 16.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the wide open shot from Green. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock the ball. Are you kidding me?
Nasty. Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Some solid defense from Aldridge. Brooklyn leading by 15. At the elbow, it's Harris over Ingles. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. And there's the bucket coming on the layup from the Beast. The Beast's got 26.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Pass to Maxey. He takes it in. Thybulle for 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold. This man.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And so it's Brooklyn taking a 19-point lead into the break. A look at the field goal. And one of the game's elite closers, Kyrie Irving, describes his approach down the stretch.
For me, I just try to feel out.
You know, Greg, that
Now into the
out there on the floor for the Nets. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Pass to Harris. Stolen. In transition, here come the Nets. Durant's got the ball. Setting the floor for the Nets. And the big three out in the perimeter. Irving the one, Harden in the two, and Durant the three. Payton is out there with the beast. Clark as good a scorer as ever. Durant just needs to stay healthy, right? Just to break all kinds of records.
I agree with that, Kevin. He is as lethal a scorer as we've seen. I mean, when you just talk about putting the ball in the basket, he's in the top 10 all time for my money.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. We're one of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. The Beast passes to Ayton. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Simmons. It's tipped. Harden outside. Durant at the elbow. To the middle. Here's the Beast. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Embiid finds Harris. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Over Irving. Simmons can't get it to go.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backcourt thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Just 5 on the clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. The Beast, a good finish at the rack off the stick feed. The Beast's got 36.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
The pass to Embiid. Shoots over KD. The 76ers with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Down low, here's the Beast. Rejected by Harris. Here's Logan, guarded by Harden. Shoots. The rebound by KD. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Inside, and he dunks it down.
Well, you can rely on Durant to do it all. I mean, he'll produce on his own, but he also works really hard to find his team shots as well.
Irving against Simmons. To end the run.
When you combine Durant's speed and anticipation with his length, makes it impossible to get around him when he's defending you.
And so it's Brooklyn, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say of the Beast? An impressive effort here today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
The stars of this team in the post, Harris and Embiid. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Logan in at the 2 guard. That's the 5 to be in the second half for Doc Rivers. Out to Harris. Back to Simmons. Looking to get it going, and he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Hey, Greg, you had a lot of success playing in college and the NBA, but what was the most fun you ever had playing with a team?
That's a tough call, Kevin. I mean, winning tends to be the most fun, so I'd have to probably say my UNLV team, but we had some great teams with the Knicks, and don't forget about my Blazers. They were also a really competitive team.
Passes it to the Beast.
Number 66.
My goodness.
And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
And you watch Harris, he's been playing with a high level of confidence.
Well, Greg, he puts the work in during the offseason. It's obvious. That's why his game looks like it comes easier to him now, because he's refined it through his work in the offseason.
Number 66.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? My goodness.
Does he ever?
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Logan. Can't hit that one. Harden with the defensive effort.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Oh, that was terrific.
My goodness.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Well, Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Beyond the arc. The rebound by the Nets. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some.
And the coach's challenge has been triggered here. Coach wants a review of the out-of-bounds violation.
And this is the exact type of play that I think is perfect for a review. Coach's challenge or not. I mean, you seldom get into a situation where it's hard to definitively determine the out-of-bounds call.
And depending on what point in the game it is, boy, it can have, Greg, a huge impact on the game. So many games coming down to just 1 possession. Each possession so critical. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen, regardless of the call staying the same.
Axie's checked in for Philadelphia. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn.
Aldridge keeps his head up and his options open. He's a team-oriented guy with a good basketball IQ. Excellent pass.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Now, here's Maxey. And here's Ingles outside. Sinks the triple.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's the beast. And Fable sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. So for the Nets, your boy is checked in for the beast.
Substitution on the court.
Now, here's Maxey, defended by Carter. Down low. And that one's good, Maxey.
Slick in the pick and roll. Simmons, when a passing lane is open, he jumps all over it.
Here's the beast. Good, that's another bucket.
My goodness, 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Pass to Embiid. Takes the 13-footer, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
You know, Embiid does most of his work inside, but he's pretty comfortable in the mid-range, too. Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
And 1:01 left in the third. And it's Simmons, that time on the assist by Embiid. 10 points for Ben Simmons.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half. And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Lets it go from 14. That's good on the jump shot. Embiid's got 13.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Embiid is not just an okay shooter. This guy is a terrific shooter. So you can't let him get comfortable really from any distance. He can knock it down from anywhere.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Yet another bucket and close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Maxey. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his 4th personal
Wow,
foul.
they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency is, you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Big. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Embiid, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They've been... In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. And the big three out on the perimeter. Irving the 1, Harden at the 2, and Durant the 3. He's out there with DeAndre Ayton.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Boy, the effort level they've had has been outstanding. Hard to keep a team down when they play with that much energy.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Reed kicks to Milton. Just 5 to shoot. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Milton's got his first bucket of the night. Here's the beast. Another one goes. Incredible. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Springer, defended by Durant. And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented levels, at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players.
Springer the pass to Logan. He dishes it to Reed. Here's Springer, covered by Irving. Springer can't get it to go. For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Green's checked in. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Dumboya comes in for Kevin Durant. Wayne Ellington's checked in for James Harden. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. And it's denied. And they're able to recover. They get it back.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Pass to Reed. Here's Springer. On the wing, Milton. They could use a bucket, and that one's good. Green.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Now the pass to the beast. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. He's off on that one. The 76ers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Reed. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 5 rebounds tonight. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Nets?
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And the 76ers making a change here. Eibel's checked in. Green, no luck. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Passes it to Niang. Outside, Green. And Greg, you were a hard-nosed defender. Would you be frustrated by what they're calling a foul today?
You know, I would based on how I played, but if you grew up in this era, this is just the way the game is, and you have to adapt and adjust, and that's what you're seeing with the players. Guys can defend it every bit as good as they ever have. In fact, I would argue they're better defensively today because they're not allowed to grab and hold. So the league is focused on offense. The fans seem to love it. But at the end of the day, you still got to get after it defensively. I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
A floater. Here's Niang. Aldridge is covering. And the 76ers get it back. Here's Milton. Good good, and it's Green picking up the assist. He's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
A beast.
Oh, that's great TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Knocked loose and stolen by Ellington. To the paint, here's the beast. Oh!
66.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
The putback, and Green is right there.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Reedy's checked in for the 76ers. And the Nets making a change here as well. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Patty Mills. Milton kicks to Niang. Here's Springer. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the beast. Again, what an avalanche. And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Here's Springer. Carter pulls it in. Nets shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against the Sixers.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the Beast.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Green is checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And the Nets making a change here as well. Doomboy is checked in. Green draws the double. Here's Springer. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes good on the layup.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
The shot's good from the Beast.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
From 11 feet away, the shot no good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg.
Nice to see everybody.
You've been stellar all year. I mean, how did the increased expectations that comes with winning Rookie of the Year affect your preparation for your sophomore season?
You know, Candace, I don't think anything's changed. I would have worked as hard as I possibly could regardless, but it did give me some extra motivation. You know, sometimes it's a slog. Doing tour-a-days, getting up early in the morning, even though generally I love those type of things, man, I'm human. And on days when I need some help getting going, knowing that everybody's going to be watching me, expecting more from me, that gives me motivation. I don't want the guys on the team to have to face media attention because I got off to a slow start due to a lack of preparation.
Yeah, I hear you. But that's good motivation. So what advice would you give to this year's rookies looking to make a similar impact in their first seasons?
Candace, you got to put a great team around you, and most importantly, you have to listen to them. Once you make the league, you got people from all over telling you how great you are, but if you listen to those people, you will never get any better. You got to listen to your coach, because they always want the best for you, and you got to listen to the people that's closest to you, the ones who want the best for you, because they'll tell you when you're messing up, and you're going to need that, trust me. There's a whole lot of yes men out there, and they'll be happy to ride with you as long as you're on top, but watch what happens when you're not, okay? They'll be gone just as quick.
For real. Is that something you've dealt with?
Me, I got a great group, top to bottom, but you see it all the time in this league, unfortunately, so you just got to stay humble and work hard, and that's the only way. All right, I'm good. Thank you, guys.
Get the board!
Who's watching here?
Step out! Step out!
To the house.
I swing it!
Way to grab it!
Oh, get that! Hey, hands up! Hey, yo, right there! Ball up!
Yo, come here! Hey, shot!
Hey, good boy, good boy! Don't get hit! Hey, yo, right here!
Hey, mine!
Good boy, good boy! I'll take it! Hey, let's ball up! Hey, put it back! You're open! Watch the pitch! Hey, it's like that! No! Pitch on me! Yeah, way to take it strong! Hey, yo, right here! Good boy, baby! I got ball! Watch out! Way to grab it! Yo!
Hey, what's up?
Screen coming!
Screen coming!
I'ma do the dash, get the bag, ain't no one as bad. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, I'm a bad boy. When I get off my 10 gas to the cash, ain't got in my bag, boy. Please don't think it's sweet, I stay with you, even though I'm a sad boy. You better watch the way you get around me. I've been, not even my car. No one made my rich in million 9 months. Overseas, honey skin. Sticky Ricky. That is money, now he no longer mention me. You say you want, and I've been coming down the chimney. You got barbecue, your barbecue, then I had on my jealous when I act like you won't, and they go like a, I'm just keeping it real with you.
There's Mr. YouTube. Hey, you got any new likes and subscribes today?
Always, Coach. Look, if you're not growing, you're dying, man.
Whatever that means.
It's marketing. I'm not expecting you to understand. You wouldn't get it.
Wouldn't care either. But I can promise you this. You aren't getting any likes or subscribes if you let Keith watching shut you down and end our season.
Oh, no. You legit. You defend up and down the line, too. I've been peeping.
Yeah, he's going to make it incredibly hard for you to get your shot off. This kid is long, man. Like par 5 Kapalua long.
So you're saying we got to get the whole team involved?
Yeah, that's right. You got to be quick with your decision making.
Okay.
You got to make your reads and make crisp passes because these guys cover a lot of ground quickly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's get on the court. Let's get some work on some passing drills.